It means one thing and one thing alone. You will recall that I said as we were campaigning, and I said as we were celebrating the victory, that we are going to be not patient to those who are not working, who are not doing what they are asked to do. And again, in the process of negotiation, of campaigning, we stressed the point that as ANC, the ANC only, we are the ones as a party who talked about corruption in this country when no one was talking about it since 1994, and said we're going to uproot corruption. We would therefore leave no stone unturned in the moment we are governing this country. And I said, there's no place for lazy people, no place for corrupt people. We have been taking actions all the time. Fact that within 7 days or within a week, we have removed so many. It indicates that the ANC do not make empty promises. It acts on the promises it has made. This is a beginning of a process after elections in this new administration of dealing with this issue in a different way. We have been debating, because we are a democratic country, we've got laws that make it very difficult to remove people who are problematic, right? On one side, for these laws, it was the gain and the success of the labor movement, and also the clear demonstration of this progressive government that we have a structure, we have a vehicle to fight corruption, and we'll use it. This is part of it, that we are taking this action. That demonstration, therefore, is saying we're not just talking. Precisely because we're 20 years in government. As I said, we now have experience, we know where to fix. And people remember, I said this many times ago, and people are beginning to implement the approach of the ANC. In no way we are going to tolerate people who are either corrupt or who are not working. We would want the government that is effective, that is a government that is quicker to react to wrongdoings, the government that people must see it is there to serve them, it is there to protect them in one way or the other. I may not know the specific reasons, for an example, of the people being taken away, but certainly I'm sure when the reasons come will indicate that something wrong was done. However, whilst that is the case, we are also very vigilant that those in authority do not victimize others below them because they are in authority and think that they are going to hide behind our policy and victimize others. That's why we will know certainly what are the problems. So, in a sense, we are not opening the gates that people who don't like so and so must now just be acting willy-nilly. It must be within what we have said are the programs of our action to take when there's something wrong. We are also looking with an eye of a hawk to those who could use the authority in our approach to victimize others. But when that is done, of course, it will in one way or the other disturb the workings of government. It might erode the municipality governments. But at the end of the day, we've got to act. We've got to deal with this. You will recall that 2009 I established a department, performance monitoring and evaluation. When I established that department, we did not have a national plan. We now have even a national plan. What we're doing there, we were saying in government, we must work properly, everything should be done with the oversight. We must be able to ensure that government is healthy and effective. Critical among other things that we had in mind was that if we have that department, we are going to be in a position to discover quicker the weaknesses and where it is wrong and fix it. We are going to say, for an example, in terms of if people are taken out, what does this mean? We are going to remove the issue where people say posts in the government stay for a long time without being filled, because it will mean people with requisite skills are not employed where they're supposed to be. I said at some point in a public meeting, this time around I'm going to be hands-on in departments, precisely to check whether actions that we are taking are not eroding the government. Is the capacity that is, in a sense, prescribed in the Constitution there to allow the authorities to implement the policy? So all of that will be taken into account, that there is no erosion of government.